What is up, everybody, and thanks for checking out the video. Today we got something special planned. We're going to get all the necessary components that I'm gonna need to make a deadlift platform for my gym. So what I'm about to do now, of course, we still have a workout to hit. We can't be slacking on that. So I'm about to hit the gym. Maybe we'll get some clips, maybe not. Usually the gym is pretty packed on Saturdays, and setting the camera up can be a hassle. We'll have to see about that. If you're seeing this, that probably means I got some clips. But guys, I'm about to go hit this workout, and then it's off to get all the necessary stuff that we're gonna need for this deadlift platform. Catch you soon.
Well, everybody, the gym was in fact pretty busy, and you can see that through the lack and quality of my shots. But I hit general upper body day, had a little bit of push work, a little bit of pull work. Here you can see some dumbbell hammer curls, one of my go-tos for biceps. I was catching a little bit of a pump too. It felt good that day. And then we transitioned right into some single arm dumbbell rows. Definitely was trying to go heavy. Got my Versa grips on. Really working those lats in the mid back. That's about all we got for this workout, guys. I promise I'll do better next time.
Alrighty guys, just got that lift in. Pretty solid bicep day. Environment at that spot isn't quite as good, but I'm gonna have plenty of opportunity to get killer lifts in at my own spot, so that's fine. So now it's off to go home, shower up, eat some food, then we're gonna go get the materials for that deadlift platform. So stick with me. Alrighty, so we are headed to get our stall mats, to get our wood for the deadlift platform. You ready, Dad?
I'm ready, I'm psyched. Let's go. Let's build this dude.
Let's build it. Alrighty, everybody, we officially have the wood, the OSB, and a nice sheet of plywood down at the bottom for this deadlift platform. So we're on our way to go get the stall mats. Well, everybody, we officially have all of the necessary components to make my deadlift platform, lifting platform really, because I'm gonna mount this squat rack right up on it. So you're gonna see the time lapse of us assembling the base, and then eventually, wow, it just got dark. And then eventually, the entire deadlift platform. All I gotta say is stall mats are very heavy. Alrighty, everybody, so we have our base of the deadlift platform down. Key thing here is lining up the base to make sure it's one kind of square to your setup, and then also to make sure that the multiple boards are lined up. So that's what we're in the process of doing right now. As you can see,
We're trying to get the thing straight and screw her down.
yeah, it's a process. Definitely you have to play around with it. You have to take your measurements and make sure it's square. And then also, a lot of people, if they're setting up in a garage, most garages do have some kind of almost, they're not perfectly parallel. They might have a little bit of downward slope to drain water, which is the case for this building. So we had to account for that by putting in some shims to the base, which you can kind of see right here. Our shims are sticking up a little bit, but we'll make sure that those are taken care of. But overall, the platform is sitting pretty flat and stable, which is of course going to be important if you're deadlifting. You don't want to be dropping 500 pounds on an unstable surface, because eventually your deadlift platform will start to break apart. What we're doing for this deadlift platform is just putting in screws pretty much equal distance apart. I did all these. I'm not just making my dad slave away for me, even though he might feel like it sometimes. But essentially we have a decent amount of screws in here to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. We'll do the same thing for this half of the platform once we line it up. And then we're going to be setting the stall mats and then a nicer set of plywood, which is buried behind this other piece of OSB, so that it looks professional, aesthetic, what have you. The base of the platform is now secure, and we're on to step 2. Like I said, we have a nicer piece of plywood right here. Say what's up, Dad.
What's up?
So we have a nicer piece of plywood here. That's going to be what you'll actually see on the deadlift platform. We're going to use the other side because this side that you're presently seeing has some knots on it. But it looks really nice. It's pine, which is one of the more durable kinds of woods. And then on the sides, of course, we're going to have some of these stall mats to give a little bit of extra dampening and overall protection, so we're not messing up this concrete floor. It's already had its share of cracks. So, we're getting close. Well, everybody, we have the beginnings of the platform. So essentially what we did, we took that nicer piece of plywood, screwed it down at pretty much equal increments throughout the board to this OSB. And then what we're going to do, of course, is take the stall mats, cut them up, and then place them in these gaps. So when you're deadlifting, once again, you have a little bit of a softer surface to drop the weight. It's been a productive day. Big strides towards getting this project done. And I owe a lot of thanks to this guy right here.
What's up? We got a lot done. Good job.
But yeah, it wouldn't have been possible without the trailer, without the truck. So big shout out to my dad.
Get her done.
I'll catch you guys later. Alrighty, it is now Monday night. So a couple days after we first assembled the deadlift platform. And now the fun begins.
We're cutting some rubber.
Yes, we are. So as we mentioned earlier, we have these stall mats. And basically at the part where the OSB is showing, that's going to be stall mat. So it's about 3/4 of an inch thick. It's going to provide that dampening, provide some shock absorption, and then just overall kind of give this deadlift platform a little bit more of an aesthetic, gym legitimacy. So, you ready, Dad?
Let's get going.
Right here, I'm cutting the stall mats with a box cutter. Make sure you're using a fresh blade. That's going to make a big difference. And stay tuned because I also have some other tips. This is sped up at 6 times the speed it actually took. So this is the most tedious part of creating the deadlift platform, I'd say, as well as just lugging the mats around. But we got it done and it ended up looking pretty good.
So right now what my dad's doing is putting a little bit of WD-40 on our pre-cut. So I basically traced through this twice already. We saw this on YouTube. I think it has mixed effect, but as I'm trying it out, it seems to be working all right. I don't know why. Why do you think, Dad?
Some kind of lubricant, maybe.
Yeah. Definitely seems like it's coming apart, so that's a good sign. Yeah, slowly but surely, the WD-40 trick might be it. This thing is coming apart. It's a tedious process, but
we're making it very accurate this way.
Yeah.
It's going to be a clean cut.
We're about halfway done with the process. We just have 2 little 2x2 squares here and here that we need to fill in. So we're gonna have to cut one of these in half. We'll cut it in half and then cut 2 feet wide, and then we'll have some extra mat to fill in any spaces that we need to as we lay the rest of these mats out on the ground. So halfway there, and I will say, would recommend the WD-40 trick.
Awesome. That thing cut swift.
He was doubting over here, thinking
I
we
was
should...
thinking Sawzall, but David was right. He's on with it.
I feel like a Sawzall could work, but I was trying to make real precise cuts. So I would recommend just a new blade with your box cutter. It'll work fine.
It's a pretty clean cut on that. It's going to look sweet.
Well, everybody, the time has come to put the last square on, so I'm just going to drill this down real quick. And there we have it, everybody. She is all done. Overall, it wasn't too bad. Pretty straightforward project. Looks fairly good in my opinion. So now the next step, which we'll have to do tomorrow or the next day, is to mount the squat rack on the lifting platform. So we'll still have plenty of room to deadlift here, but that's going to give the squat rack some extra stability, so when you're racking heavy weight, it won't tip forward. But yeah, very excited. And the first step to this process of getting the gym up and running, make sure to check in with the next video. We'll get the squat rack mounted, and I have another little surprise for everybody. Piece of equipment that came in today, actually. Dad, what do you think?
I'm excited. Let's get going.
Yeah, we're gonna be done for tonight though.
Let's build this sucker.
He's excited. I'm ready for bed. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.